Hello everyone and welcome back to Sketch by Sketch. Today we're going to be coloring over this sketch in gouache. So this is going to be another one of my using this medium in my Illo sketchbook. Today we're using gouache. This is I think it's called Mia Hemi Gouache set. So that's what we're using today. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. This is the sketch we're going to be coloring over. It's a little bit of a self-portrait. It is in my Illo sketchbook, as I already said. That's the whole point of this series. I did the sketch in this Crayola colored pencil. I'm also going to be using a paint palette. I have my water over there, and of course we're going to be needing some paint brushes, just like that. So we're good to go. Let's get started. Alright, just a little bit of background information. One thing I'd actually like to mention before we get started, I am going to be using this spray bottle today, and this is pretty much a staple when you're using gouache paints because they dry out really easily. I kind of need to revive my gouache paints right now. They're all really dry. Usually they're really smooth, so you can go in with like a toothpick and water and mix them all around. I just didn't have time for that today, so maybe I'll do a video on reviving my gouache set. But if you're going to be using gouache, I recommend getting a little spray bottle so you can keep them moist while you're working with them. Anyways, so I have used gouache before, but I've not used it in my, I think I might have actually used it in my Illo sketchbook like once, but it wasn't really for like a full illustration, so I'm going to consider this the first time using in my sketchbook. And the whole kind of point of this video series, I already did watercolor, is for me to get to try new art mediums and have fun with them, and also just see how they work in Illo sketchbooks, because they are considered to be multimedia. So we're just kind of testing that out. I have a few more mediums that I'm going to be using in this series. This is just kind of something fun that I've been doing every few videos. So, but today we're painting again, like we did with the watercolor. So I'm starting out with the skin tone, and I'm kind of not really great at painting. I'm going to be completely honest. So I can't tell you exactly what I'm doing here because I'm just kind of trying to think this out logically and how to do it. So I'm actually starting with the shadows in the darkest part, and the paint is pretty thick at this point. It's watered down a bit, but it's fairly thick. It's pretty much just to the point that it's spreadable on the page, but it's not really super see-through at this point. So now what I decided to do was grab a little bit more water and just kind of blend that paint in, and it made like a lighter tone, which I think looked really cool. I'm actually kind of impressed with how the skin turned out as you see it progress. I kind of liked that. So I'm just kind of went in with the shadows first, and then I'm kind of just going over it with some water just to kind of keep blending it out. This gouache set is on Amazon. Like I said, I think it's like the Maya. It's got like 50 some colors in it. This is kind of just the one that everyone on YouTube uses. It's kind of Japanese or something like that. It's not really like a brand name, but everyone tends to use this one. So I got it for Christmas last year. I actually really love gouache, even though I don't like painting too much. I really like it, and the actual texture on this page is amazing. Like seriously guys, I did not expect it to look like this. I'm used to using the gouache on canvas where you have to like put tons of layers and it looks really thick. This is almost like watercolor. Like, is gouache the better watercolor? I don't know. You comment down below, but in my opinion, yes, because you can get it so thin that it almost looks like watercolor, but you can also build it up, and that's what I don't like about watercolor, is that you just can't, you can keep adding color, but it doesn't, the depth doesn't, I don't know. Maybe I'm not very good at watercolor and that's the issue, but I really love gouache on this paper. I've never experienced a paint that acts like this. And if you don't have any, I totally recommend you go get some because I just had so much fun, at least coloring this skin with the gouache. So I'm definitely going to be doing more videos with it. Here I'm just going in, I kind of added some pink to the skin tone, and I mixed kind of like a blush color, and I'm going to be using that for kind of like the makeup. And if you're wondering kind of like what ratio of water to use, I kind of just recommend that you play around with it a bit. because it's not something that I can exactly tell you. So you kind of just have to get the paint out and start putting it on the page and kind of think of how you want it to look and how much you want to add. So I just kind of started building up the colors, and if I thought it just looked a little too harsh, I just put a little bit of water right on top. But you can also continue to build it up. So just definitely really fun to play with. I think this pack offers a great selection of colors. As you can see, lots of colors, and I think the skin tones look really great. So I've really enjoyed playing around with that, and I would definitely like to do some more paintings with different skin tones, just to see what I could get with all these colors. And now my least favorite part of any painting, the hair. Painting hair, seriously, might be my least favorite thing in life to do. Okay, that's a little dramatic, but painting hair, I just hate it so much because for some reason I just feel like I can't get the flowiness and the softness of hair. It always looks thick and heavy. With markers, I can just make it look so wispy and light, and it just looks so heavy with paint. Even with this gouache that is a bit lighter than other paints. I don't know. I tried my best here, guys. The hair definitely didn't turn out as good as the skin. I guess this is something I need to practice, but it didn't turn out bad. Much better than I think the watercolor. Definitely just tried to use methods that I know of. Again, I'm not a gouache or really painter of any kind, so we'll see if I get any better at this. But I just kind of did what I thought I knew about and put the colors on, so it was really no real method here. It was fun to paint, but again, don't really enjoy this step, and the colors weren't perfect here. I didn't really want to spend the time mixing the paints for the hair. I don't know, I was just so not excited to do it. I just didn't even care what color it was. I guess that was on me. I was also painting this like an hour before my friends arrived. We were having a Friendsgiving party, and I was cooking pretty much the entire meal, and I was trying to like film this video right in between me cooking and them coming. So I was just kind of trying to get it done quickly. Not that I wasn't putting the time into it, I just was kind of under a time constraint. So if you saw my community post with my friend in my studio, that was this day. He sat down at my desk and acted like he was drawing this drawing and had me take his picture for the channel. So check out the community post, go leave a comment, say hi to Jonah, he's on the channel now. But anyways, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at here with this painting at this point. I'm also using that hair color to kind of line the eyes and add in the eyebrows, and I really think that using that brown color instead of black on the eyes looks really good and makes it look not too harsh. Adding in just a little bit of more like a blonde color. Like I said, this is kind of a self-portrait of myself, and my hair, this hair color is not right at all. So I thought I'd add a little bit of blonde in to make it look a little bit more like just a brunette with some natural highlights, but it didn't really even work. But that's okay, it all works out. It's a cute drawing nonetheless. The hair color just isn't perfect, but that's okay. Right now we're just gonna paint the sweater, this kind of green color. I wanted this to look very fallish and cute. So just putting in the green. This isn't really super detailed or anything. I just kind of put the paint on in one layer. Didn't really worry about any textures or anything like that. I did try to get it smooth, all looking like it was going in the same direction. Nonetheless, it sort of did. Maybe not, but I think it looks cute. That is one thing that when I see paintings of people doing any kind of paint, and it just looks like one layer, like almost like it was printed, like one solid color. I don't know how they do that because it looks so like splotchy here when I do it, which is okay. I guess it just kind of adds to the sketchiness of it, but I don't know how you do that. I tried adding water and then just like really making it smooth, but it just wasn't working. So anyways, I tried to get the smoothest color possible there, but didn't quite work out. Here I decided to add just a little bit of a darker green color just to differentiate that part of the sweater was kind of more behind, because her arm was coming forward. So just a little bit darker over there, just to kind of add a little bit of contrast. And I did forget to color her hand while I still had that skin tone, so I had to kind of mix a little bit of another one, and it ended up being just a little bit too dark, but that's okay. It's just down at the bottom, and hopefully it doesn't look too bad. For some reason, I always end up forgetting to color one aspect of the drawing before I like remix the color or something like that, so it seems like I always have to go back and mix more of a color. And I'm just using that a little bit darker color to just go in on the face and add some freckles now that I had a bit of a darker skin tone, and I added just a little bit more shading, so it all worked out, and I think that added some cuteness to the drawing. Alright, now we're going to go in and just do this top. I wanted it to be kind of like a cream yellow color, and I thought this one looked really good over top of the red sketch or whatever, and I continued to add water just to kind of fade out that color, and just look how much that color spread just by adding some water, and I think it looks really cool. I just like that part looks a little bit lighter than the sweater, because the sweater looks kind of heavy because I put it on a little bit thicker, so I think that looks really nice. Here I'm going in with a little bit of that kind of tan color just to add just a little bit of shadows. I wanted to keep this part light, but it did need just a little bit of color there. So I think that really blended in nicely, and I really like the way that looks. And also, there's just a little bit of a skirt you can see at the bottom. If this was full body, it would be kind of just like a plaid skirt. So you can just see a little bit of it. If you guys would like to see this outfit like in a full picture so you can see the rest of it, then let me know and we could totally draw this again sometime. It'd be really fun. Alright, and now we gotta draw in the jewelry, my signature gold hoops. I wear them every day. I don't know what it is about gold hoops, but I love them and I wear them all the time. And then you gotta have a good layered necklace, so we're gonna add that in as well. Right, and just to tie in all the colors, I decided to go in with this same gold color that I used for the jewelry, and I'm going to mix that with quite a bit of water just to create the background. Alright, so for my final thoughts, because this is kind of just like a trying it out type of video and seeing what works, the gouache works beautifully in an Illo sketchbook. So if you're a gouache painter, get an Illo sketchbook right now. Or if you love Illo sketchbooks, get some gouache and try it out. I had so much fun today. As much as I don't like painting, this was so much fun. We're going to be doing some more gouache sketches, guys. Let me know what you want to see next, because this is amazing. The paper held up well. I really thought the paper might melt, but it didn't. The paper held up great. The back side doesn't even look bad. It was just so good. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Let me know what medium you want to see next in this series. I hope you enjoyed the painting. I think it's so cute, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!